Want to know the most often asked question an author hears? How do you write a book? My answer is a fairly simple one because it all starts with one thing. Let's have ourselves a pocket sized pep talk. I'll tell you exactly what that one thing is, just in case it might be a book in your future.
A Pocket Sized Pep Talk, the podcast that can help energize your business and your life with a quick, inspiring message. Now, here's your host, Rob Jollis.
Oh, I can see the question coming a mile away. Almost every time I finish a keynote or a workshop, I end up talking with a handful of courageous souls who come on up to meet me. Some just want to say thank you, and others have a question or two, but there's always one person who hangs back a bit. That's almost always the one who wants to know how to write a book. Happens to be a question I love answering because it all starts with one thing. Knowing your topic's really important. How can you write a book if you don't know much about the topic you're preparing to write about? In a sense, each one of my books is the culmination of decades of working with people who persuade or speak for a living. I've studied what it takes to influence and how to reach those who you want to influence. You must be a subject matter expert on any given topic you have decided to write about, but that's not what writing a book starts with. I can't begin to tell you how many people I've met in my career who seem to have done everything imaginable to prepare to write a book, except actually writing the book. They may have created the outline and prepared a writing agenda, but it's the actual writing that's the key. Many years ago, to help authors escape the trials and tribulations of daily activity, publishers gave authors advance sum of money. The thinking was that with this advance, an author could get away, focus, and write a book without worrying about money. Clearly, you must map out the time necessary to write a book and actually do it. But that's not what writing a book starts with. As an author, you need to map out who you intend to market the book to. You need to figure out what publishers would be suitable for your topic. You need to prepare your own personal proposal, or there is no book. The process that takes place when an author searches for a publisher can be a daunting task, but certainly not an impossible task. It requires research and patience. And clearly, you must prepare yourself and your materials for the publishing process. But that's not what writing a book starts with. I'll tell you what it starts with. It starts with passion. When you write a book, it can't be because someone has told you to write or because you've always dreamed of writing it. You write a book because you have a fire in your belly that burns to tell people about your story or your topic. That fire can keep you up late at night, wake you up early in the morning, and distract you in the daytime. These aren't unpleasant distractions I'm referring to, however. They are bolts of thoughts and stories and analogies, and every time you have one, you want to get them down for fear they'll be forgotten forever. For example, my book, How to Change Minds, came from a fire in my belly. And you could probably see it when you saw the promotional video that was created for the book. For the past 30 years, I had a front row seat watching people's fear of change and the devastating consequences that can come from it. I didn't write the book because friends told me to. I didn't write the book because an agent or a publisher told me to. I wrote it because I had a message and a story that I felt had to be told. If you're the one holding back with that question, you now have a head start on the answer. It starts with passion. And when you have a passion for what it is you want to write about, the rest comes a lot easier than you think.
Thanks so much for listening. If you enjoyed today's show, please rate and recommend it on iTunes, Outcast, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can also get more information on this show and Rob at jollis.com.